morning, children. Today we are going to start a new chapter. Its name is Tick Tick Tick. What a funny name. What is there around you which does tick tick tick? Can you guess it? Right, a clock. So children, this chapter is all about time. It's about clock, it's about days, years, and so on. We are going to learn everything about time. And we are going to start from the smallest unit of time. Like we have studied about meter, centimeter, kilometer. These are the units of length. So what are the units of time? The units of time are seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, years, and so on. So we are going to study all about these things. The very first thing which we are going to study is this clock. So children, in this clock, I'm sure all of you must have seen a clock like this. There are 12 big divisions and they have 12 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, there are 3 needles in this clock. Those are a small thick needle which is called the hour's hand. It tells us the hours. A big thick needle, it is called the minute's hand. And this is going to tell us the minutes. And this thin needle, I hope you can see that needle. This thin needle, it tells us the second. How many seconds have passed? And see children, it is moving so fast. You can see its movement all the time. It's very difficult to see the movement of hour's hand and minute's hand. But it is very easy to see the movement of second's hand. It means the smallest unit of time is seconds. It means this, when this second's hand, it moves once, it is 1 second. There are many tiny divisions in the clock. These, you will count, are 60 in number. You know how they are 60? The divisions between 2 numbers are 5. So we have 5 till 1, then 10 till 2, then 15 till 3, then 20 till 4, then 25 till 5, 30 till 6, 35 till 7. See, this is the table of 5. So, that is the reason 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10, 5 threes are 15, 5 fours are 20, 5 fives are 25, 5 sixes are 30, 5 sevens are 35, 5 eights are 40, 5 nines are 45, 5 tens are 50, 5 elevens are 55, 5 12s are 60. So children, there are 60 divisions in a clock, and these 60 divisions denote 60 minutes. In 1 hour, you have studied in class 3, there are 60 minutes. 1 hour has 60 minutes. 1 minute has 60 seconds. So, this minute hand, when it moves from one division to the other division, 1 minute passes. And in that time, the second hands take 1 full round of the clock, because 60 seconds are there in 1 minute. Okay. Now this this minute hand, it takes 1 round of the clock in 1 hour. Why? Because 1 hour has 60 minutes. 1 minute has 60 seconds and 1 hour has 60 minutes. So children, I'm going to teach you more about this clock with the help of our PowerPoint presentation. Okay children, let's go to the PowerPoint presentation. Tick, tick, tick. An inch of time is an inch of gold, but you can't buy that inch of time with an inch of gold. Children, this is a very, very famous saying. Before I start this chapter, which is all about time, I would like to explain this to you. It means that the time which is gone by, which has passed, it is as precious as an inch of gold. But the problem is, once it has gone by, you cannot buy that time with an inch of gold. Suppose you had a beautiful time in summer vacations with your grandparents in some hill station. Once that time passes, no matter how much you want, that previous time cannot come again, even after spending some money. So children, time is very precious, and I'm sure all of you must have heard from your parents that time is money. Actually, time is more than money. So with all these thoughts, let us start our new chapter, Tick, Tick, Tick. And as you can make out, tick, tick, tick is the sound of the clock. We have two types of clocks these days. This is a very, very famous and familiar, I must say, familiar kind of clock which each one of you would have seen. This is called an analog clock. This is a clock which you see very often in railway stations or at airports. This is a digital clock. It shows time with the help of digits. Like for instance, the time shown on this clock is 38 minutes past 6. 6:38. So you can look at the digits and you can make out the time. The first two digits, they show the hours, and the next two digits, they show minutes. So that is the reason this type of clock is called a digital clock. Now children, this clock, which is the analog clock, has got 3 needles usually. Some clocks have only 2 needles also, but a few have 3 needles. Let me give you some introduction about the needles. This small thick needle is called an hour's hand. It denotes how many hours have passed. The big thick needle is called the minute's hand. This needle denotes how many minutes have passed. And this very thin needle, which is quite long, is called the seconds hand. Now children, all those who have seen this kind of clock and who have this kind of clock at home must have observed that the second hand is the fastest. You can actually see second hand moving very, very fast. So children, this hand shows that seconds are the smallest unit of time. The way we have millimeter, centimeter, meter, kilometer as the units of length, same way we have seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, years as the units of time. So children, this seconds hand, it is the fastest. It completes one rotation of the clock in 1 minute or in 60 seconds. This seconds hand, okay, let me show you what is a rotation. Look at my cursor. This cursor goes around the clock like this. This is one rotation. So children, this seconds hand completes one rotation of the clock in 1 minute. Now you can also see these divisions on the clock. Okay, let us count the number of divisions between any two numbers, for example 12 and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So between any two numbers there are 5 divisions. Let us count the number of divisions between 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So children, you can see that there are 5 divisions between any two numbers of the clock. And how many numbers are there in the clock? You can very well see there are 12 numbers in the clock. So divisions from 12 to 1 are 5. 1 to 2 again 5. So that makes it 10. Then till 3, 15. Till 4, 20. Till 5, 25. Till 6, 30. I'm sure, children, you must have observed by now that this is the table of 5. You are right. See, 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10, 5 threes are 15, 5 fours are 20, 5 fives are 25, 5 sixes are 30, 5 sevens are 35, 5 eights are 40, 5 nines are 45, 5 tens are 50, 5 elevens are 55, and 5 twelves are 60. So dear children, there are 60 divisions in a clock. And these divisions denote 1 second or 1 minute depending upon which needle is moving. Suppose we are looking at the seconds needle. So in 1 second, the needle will reach from here to here. In the next second, from here to here. In the next second, from here to here. So children, the seconds needle will trace its path the way you can see my cursor is tracing the path in 1 minute. So the second needle will trace the path like this and reach back to 12. It started from 12 and it has come back to 12. So it has completed one rotation. So it has completed 60 seconds or 1 minute in one rotation. Now, if you look at the minutes hand, when it starts from 12, in 1 minute, it will reach from 12 to this first division and the time taken will be 1 minute. Mind you, this is minutes hand and the time taken by it to reach other division is 1 minute. For the seconds hand, the time taken to reach the next division was 1 second. And for a minute's hand, time taken to reach the next division is 1 minute.
So now children, if the minute's hand starts from 12, it will also very, very slowly trace the same path as shown by my cursor, but this path will be covered in 1 hour or 60 minutes. Minute hand will take 60 minutes or 1 hour to complete one rotation of the clock. Now let us come to the hour's hand. Now dear children, hour's hand will also go around the clock like this, the way seconds hand and minutes hands have gone. But the hour hand is the slowest of all. It will take 12 hours to complete one rotation. Okay, now let us see. In 1 minute, there are 60 seconds. Why? Because the seconds hand had taken 1 minute to complete one rotation. Or we can say it had taken 60 seconds to complete one rotation. So 1 minute is 60 seconds. Now 1 hour is 60 minutes. Our minute hand had taken 1 hour to complete one rotation. Or we can say that the minute hand took 60 minutes to complete one rotation. One day is 24 hours. Now children, I'm sure all of you would have seen 10 o'clock 2 times in a day. Once in the morning and once at night. If it's a Sunday, then around 10 o'clock in the morning, you may have finished eating your breakfast. And at 10 o'clock at night, you may have finished eating your dinner and must be getting ready to go to bed. So, I'm sure you have seen 10 o'clock twice in the day. All of you may have seen it. Same way, 9 o'clock also you may have seen it twice in a day on a Sunday. Once you have 9 o'clock in the morning and once you have 9 o'clock at night. So children, all the time occurs in a day 2 times. So 1 o'clock occurs in a day 2 times. 2 o'clock occurs in a day 2 times. 3 o'clock occurs in a day 2 times, and so on. And I'm sure on a New Year's Eve you would have seen 12 o'clock at night also. It is customary to celebrate the beginning of a new year, and most of you would have seen the beginning of the year at 12 o'clock at night. So children, 12 plus 12, add it up and see what will you get. 12 twos are 24. So 1 day is equal to 24 hours. Okay. 1 week is equal to 7 days. Sometimes children get confused. But beta, there is no need to get confused. All these 7 days have 7 different names. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Our week always starts from a Monday because we start working on a Monday. Saturday and Sunday are called weekend. I'm sure you are having a great weekend these days. Every weekend we are having an off on Saturday and Sunday. So children, our week starts always from Monday. So first day of the week is Monday and the week ends on Sunday. So we start like this: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So there are 7 days in a week. Okay, let's move ahead. Month. 1 month has 4 weeks. Children, actually, a month has slightly more than 4 weeks. How? Because 1 month has either 30 or 31 days. So children, some months have got 30 days and some months have got 31 days. In class 3, we taught you how to make a fist and with the help of your knuckles find out which month has got 30 days and which one has got 31 days. So you will start from the knuckles. We have knuckles and we have valleys. Valleys are the places between two knuckles. So January will come on the first knuckle, so it has 31 days. February has either 28 days or 29 days depending upon the kind of year we have. I will talk about it a little later. Only February is the month which has either 28 or 29 days. Rest all the months in the year have either 30 days or 31 days. So we again start from January. January will come on the tip of the knuckle, first knuckle, so it has 31 days. February, as I told you, has either 28 or 29 days. March again comes on the tip of the knuckle, has 31 days. April, 30 days. May, 31 days. June, 30 days. July, 31 days. Now all our knuckles have got exhausted. Again we will start from the knuckle. July has 31 days and again August has 31 days. So July and August, they are consecutive months which have 31 days. August has 31 days. September has 30 days. October has 31 days. November has 30 days. And December has 31 days. And after December comes January. And I hope you remember that January also has 31 days. So children, we have another pair of months where two consecutive. Consecutive means something which comes one after the other. So after December, January comes. So December as well as January has 31 days. Okay, let us move ahead. Now 1 year has 12 months. Children, sometimes you people get confused. But please don't get confused because all 12 months have different names starting from January, the way I told you right now. Okay, you start counting the months and I will speak their names. Okay, start. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So you counted? Were there 12 months? Yes. So my dear children, 1 year has 12 months. Okay, another thing I want to tell you, beta. 1 year has 52 weeks. Actually, it is slightly more than 52, but it has 52 complete weeks and a few more days. Also, 1 year has 365 days. Now, I want to tell you, every fourth year has 366 days. Now, children, you must be wondering, why do we have 366 days every fourth year? What is the reason? So, I want to tell you a secret. Don't tell this to anyone. Children, our dear earth goes round and round our dear sun. Why I am calling them dear? Because we live on earth, so earth is very dear to us. And all our teachers, parents, television, everywhere they keep telling us, we must protect our earth. We must not spoil our earth. So the earth is very dear to us. And why am I calling sun dear? Because sun gives us energy. It is so important for us. Children, in winters, we love to sit in the sun. If in the rainy season, sun does not come for few days, how we all yearn for sun. Mama always looks at the wet clothes and feels, oh, they are stinking. I wish the sun comes. Only when the sun will come, the clothes are going to dry. And even in summers, beta, if the sun is not there, we will have so many, cockroaches and so many different types of insects in our house, which will crawl and make us feel dirty. So children, sun is very, very important for us. So what I was telling you was that our dear earth goes around the sun, and the time taken by the earth in going around the sun is 365 days full, 5 hours, 59 minutes and 16 seconds. You know, children, you must be wondering how ma'am came to know about this. Actually, to tell you the truth, I googled it. Even I forget this, So dear children, the time taken by earth to go around the sun is 365 days full and 1/4 of a day. So 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. 4 quarters will make 1 day. So children, after every 4 years, we add 1 day to the year. Okay, you understand? Because 1 year actually is made up of 365 days and 1/4 day. Now children, it is very difficult to incorporate this quarter day in the year. So our astronauts and scientists, they decided that every 4th year we will have 1 more day, which will be actually 1/4, 1/4, 1/4 and 1/4 part of the 4 consecutive years. So children, every leap year has 366 days. So where does this extra 1 day go? It goes in February. It becomes the 29th day of the February. Normal years in February we have 28 days, and in a leap year in February we have 29 days. So children, this extra day which is added to a leap year gets added in the month of February. So that is why I was telling you, I will tell you about the 29 days later on. Okay. So children, now you must be wondering, which year should be called a leap year? Even the scientists started thinking, which year should be called the leap year? So one of the intelligent scientists who was more intelligent probably than the others, he suggested, let us divide the year by 4, and the year which will get fully divided by 4, leaving remainder 0, we will call it a leap year. For example, the present year 2020 is a leap year. Come, divide it by 4 and see. Will you get a remainder? Divide it in your notebook and see. 4 5s are 20. Copy 2. It doesn't go. Put a 0 in the quotient. Again copy 0. And 4 5s are 20. So children, the remainder is 0. So 2020 is a leap year. Now which will be the next leap year? You will have to add 4 to 2020 to get the next leap year. So the next leap year will be 2024. That will be the leap year. The next leap year will be 2028 and so on. So that was all about the basics of the time and the units of time. That's all for today, children. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed explaining it to you. That's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.